Well, this is Infosec Decoded number 80, B.1.1.529, and it'll be a short one because I'm the only one here today, but I thought it was important. Overnight, the new variant from Africa of the COVID virus has appeared and everybody is freaking out. They're blocking travel to Europe. The Dow has fallen 900 points. Airline stocks have fallen. People are freaking out and panicking. And I found a very good thread from Andy Slavitt, who's the real expert on this stuff, explaining what to make of it. And I thought that was very useful. The fact is, nobody really knows yet how bad it is. It has a lot of mutations. So what people are afraid of is it will resist the vaccine and spread faster, but it's too early to know, and we won't know for 2 weeks. It will have a Greek name today, like Delta. They will assign it, and they had an emergency meeting of the World Health Organization. And so I would anticipate that there will be travel bans from Africa to the United States soon, like there now is in Europe. And what Andy says is we have the ability to make a new vaccine within 100 days. Both COVID and Moderna can do that. So we have that much time if we can stop it from spreading too much in that meantime. And so he says in 2 weeks or so, we'll have a test to know if the existing vaccines are effective against this mutant and if we have to make a new vaccine. So we're going to see. It may well come to nothing. It may be that the situation in South Africa is very different than the situation in, say, the United States and Europe, so that even though it's spreading rapidly there, it won't spread rapidly in those other places, but it isn't wise to count on that. So anyway, we'll all be watching that, I think. But I wanted to point out Andy Slavitt is probably the best information for anybody who wants to know what you can expect from the United States. And there is an Alzheimer's vaccine entering human trials, which is amazing. Important for me. I'm not very far from needing it, from my age and from my family history. They have a new drug which should hopefully remove the tangles in the brain that cause Alzheimer's. So that sounds awesome. Hopefully the development of that will proceed. And Japan is making a bank-backed digital currency. And India has banned normal cryptocurrencies so they can make an official version instead, just like China did. These central bank digital currencies are being pushed by every nation, but the one part that is extremely unclear is why anybody would willingly use them. I think the only reason anybody would use them is if your government bans the real digital currencies, and maybe not even then. But every country is making them, including the United States is talking about making them, although we don't have an official one yet, hoping they can somehow force everybody to use that one and make them stop using the others so they can place digital currencies back under government control, which was kind of the whole point of making digital currencies in the first place. So we'll see what comes out of that. And anyway, the last thing I'll have on this list of links is US gun culture. From CNN, this is a very nice set of charts showing the bizarre situation, which is immediately obvious to anybody that compares the United States to the rest of the world. We are the only country on earth with more guns than people, and we have 18 times the rate of gun death of all the other comparable nations, and vastly more guns owned, like 3 or 4 times the number of guns owned. And yet, this is a religion in America. If you ask Americans, 1/3 of them say the solution to all this is to have more guns. It's very, very similar to global warming, where the evidence, the amount of CO2 in the air is enormously higher than it's been in a very long time. And the charts are just obvious that there's human intervention messing up the climate. And yet there's a large portion of America that says, oh, there's no problem. We can just keep burning oil. It's all a Chinese hoax and so on. So, I mean, I think the real exciting scientific thing I see in America is something about the psychology of humans in groups. We are the richest and a relatively well-educated culture, and yet that does not protect us from a vast portion of us just believing lies. Lies spread faster than the truth, and they've taken over a large part of America. So I think that's what I find amazing, is to try to understand how delusion is so popular and so organized in a society that has every defense possible to prevent it. And none of that is working. So anyway, that's it for today. I imagine we'll be back on Tuesday with the whole gang.